Welcome to Stream Economy, where we deep dive into movies, TV shows, and games every week. I bet you guys thought we were going to talk about Oscar nominations this week, but no, you're wrong. Instead, we're going to talk about a man who should be Oscar nominated regardless of the movie he's in, even if it's bad. And that, my friends, is one Mr. Nicolas Cage. Now, this week, we found out that Nicolas Cage is set to star in an H.P. Lovecraft short story that is being adapted into a movie. It's called The Color Out of Space. And quite frankly, we are here for that. But it's been a long, weird road for Nicolas Cage. So we thought it would be fun to break down where he's been, where he's at, and where he's headed. A kind of look at his movie star stock, if you will. So let's take a look. Now, Nicolas Cage had his initial public offering, if you will, in a little movie from 1982 called Fast Times at Ridgemont High. He was actually almost entirely cut from that movie, but kept trucking through the early 80s in movies like Valley Girl and Peggy Sue Got Married. His true breakout role, though, came in 1987 in the super awesome cult classic from the Coen brothers, Raising Arizona. Who knew kidnapping a baby could be so hilarious? So now we've gotten through initial public offering Nicolas Cage, and his movie star stock has started to rise. He gets a role in Moonstruck. He has a couple of stumbles with his next few roles. Vampire's Kiss, in which he is absolutely bonkers, but the movie was a flop. And a David Lynch flick called Wild at Heart that gets mixed reviews. Stuff like that. So it's not going super great, but then in the early 90s, he takes some more family-friendly roles, like Honeymoon in Vegas, Amos and Andrew, and It Could Happen to You. Doesn't exactly send his stock going back up, but it certainly keeps it from going down. But then he plays screenwriter with a death wish, Ben Sanderson, in 1995's Leaving Las Vegas, which leads to a Best Actor win, and he gets an Oscar. This is when his movie star stock skyrockets, and we get a string of hits that I like to call Peak Cage. 1996, The Rock. 97, Con Air and Face Off. 98, City of Angels and Snake Eyes. 99, 8mm, and in 2000, he does the Gone in 60 Seconds remake. He was even going to play Superman during that crazy winning streak, but we all know how that worked out. And if you don't, you should definitely watch the documentary about it. Now, we get into the early aughts, and Cage finds himself kind of in a weird headspace. In 2002, he gets nominated for an Oscar for his role in adaptation, but for the next 15 years or so, his career is kind of all over the map. So for every national treasure, you have a Bangkok Dangerous. For every ghostwriter, you have a Drive Angry. Ugh. And for every kick-ass, you have Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans. What even is that?
Shoot him again.
What fool?
His soul's still dancing.
Okay, fine. Even in some of the worst movies, he's still making interesting decisions as an actor. I will give you that, Nic Cage. So then in 2016, 2017, it's kind of non-starters, nothing really light anybody's world on fire. But then last year, hope springs eternal, and Nicolas Cage is in 8 movies, and 2 of them were bonkers good. He stars in the super weird movie Mandy, which you should absolutely see if you haven't. And then he's in the excellent Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse as Spider Noir. He even finally gets to play Superman in the Teen Titans Go movie. It's a massive turn back into the spotlight. His stock prices have gone up once again. He has become the literal human embodiment of a cult classic. So which brings us to 2019. What's next for Nicolas Cage, and how will it affect his movie star stock prices? Well, not only is the H.P. Lovecraft movie produced by the same people who did Mandy, and it's being directed by Richard effing Stanley, so I'm sure it's going to be completely insane, but insane in that it's an H.P. Lovecraft, losing your mind, Cthulhu sort of way, which is always a good thing when you're talking about H.P. Lovecraft. Okay, so 2019 for Nicolas Cage. He's got a lot of movies coming out. There are a lot of thrillers. He's got Running with the Devil, he's got A Score to Settle, Grand Isle, and then there is the movie that interests me the most, Prisoners of the Ghostland. This is what Nic Cage had to say about that movie. It might be the wildest movie I've ever made, and that's saying something. Go on. It's out there. I wear a skin-tight black leather jumpsuit with grenades attached to different body parts, and if I don't rescue the governor's daughter from this state line where they're all ghosts and bring her back, they're gonna blow me up. It's crazy. It's way out there. Wow. Super sold. I cannot wait to see that movie. Honestly, I think that we are entering a new era of wonderful Nicolas Cage movies. A golden cage, if you will. Now, if you're wondering about where Nicolas Cage's stock prices are going, I say they are headed up, up, up. You should get in on this boat if you haven't been a Nicolas Cage stan before. It's time, everybody. It's time. Enjoy the Renaissance. All right, yo, Sarles, Cage it.
All right, yeah. Jesus. All right, okay, here we go. The snowflakes are perfect. The stars are perfect. The storybooks are bullshit. Now, I want you to come upstairs with me and get in my bed. Mate, I did a bare-ass 360 triple backflip in front of 22,000 people. It's kind of funny. It's on YouTube. Check it out. Mate, how in the name of Zeus's butthole did you get out of your cell? I've got an acronym for my cell. You know what it is? BAD. Bad BAD. Pause, attitude, direction. Oh no. No the bees. Ah. They're in my eyes. My eyes. Ah. Right, again. Ah, the bees. Ah, no, they're in my eyes, man. Get them out. Oh.
Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Drop your favorite Nicolas Cage quote down in the comments, even if it's just indiscernible yelling. And if you want to watch previous episodes of Stream Economy, click right over here. Or maybe some other content you might be interested in right over here. We'll see you guys next Saturday. Be good streamers.